Yo, you thought you got rid of me? You were fucking wrong. I'm back. It's the Mixed Reactions crew on this beautiful Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. I'm Ian, and I'm here with Casey and Justin. How are you fellas doing today?
Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. You thought you bailed on us for completely last week. Well, you did, but now you're back.
Did you, real quickly, Ian, did you happen to get a chance to watch last week's show?
I've watched bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Did you get to the question yet?
No, is it very interesting?
It was an interesting question.
It was one of the better questions that we've had. And I want to ask you it really quickly before we start the show because I'm very intrigued. So I had the question, Ian, and what I asked was, in what two sports do you feel are the biggest gap between professional and amateur?
I've thought of this before.
We'll tell you what we said after. I just want to hear you.
You said the biggest gap?
Yep.
Biggest gap in talent between professional and amateur.
I will say that I did not have Casey's picks in mind whatsoever when he told me his choices. It didn't cross my mind not even once.
I don't think it could be the combat sports because a lot of times guys are just amateurs. They haven't. I don't think it can be. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't try to fuck with a pro fighter, but it may be a guy that hasn't attained. I think that's just too many gray areas when it comes to fighting. When it amateurs and pros, you have so many little bar fights and shit like that. And mine, football.
Football.
Hey, I was thinking hockey because I always make the comment after we watch the Black Biz, and then I go watch an NFL game, just how different the speed is. But when it comes to the NFL, the coaching is better, the schemes are more advanced, the dudes are hitting you 30 times harder. It's just so much more that goes into it. And I think because the question was what the biggest or where the biggest discrepancy in talent is between all the sports. Football, I mean, yeah, it's a physical game, but I mean, those defenses are complex. If you're a player and you can't, I think in football, part of the talent goes along with being able to know how to play your position. And I don't think there's as much scheming that goes into hockey. I think it's a big deal in basketball, but I think basketball is a thing where the ball can just go in all reality.
So, Ian, what I said, which totally throws out the window with what you said on the first one, because I said golf and combat sports.
Golf's a very good one. That's why you guys laugh when I said the combat sports thing.
I said I laughed because you said combat sports because that was Casey's. Mine was specifically AA baseball and higher to go anything below AA baseball and hockey.
Yeah, and so when me and Justin were talking about the question, we're talking about true amateurs, like us versus John Jones in an octagon. Like that level of amateur. I think that in golf is the biggest level of discrepancy between professionals and amateurs.
And Steph Curry's a good golfer. He would get his ass kicked on the PGA Tour.
So is Tony Romo, and he is widely regarded as one of the best amateurs
in the world
around, but he can't make the cut. So my question about that was more or less, did he lose because everyone else was better, or did the course beat him?
And like we said, it's probably a combination of
both. It has to be a combination of the two.
But either way, I'm glad you're here, Ian. Let's kick the show off anew.
With a bang.
We have some NBA playoffs to talk about, boys. And I got a little challenge for you. I want to do something fun here on Mixed Reactions, boys. I say we go through the playoff bracket, talk about who's going to win and in how many games, and we come back with some point tallies on it. If you get both right, who wins in how many games, you get 2 points. If you only get who wins right, you get 1. If you get the series wrong, obviously, you get goose egg points.
Okay, and you know what I am doing right now is I'm actually going to go ahead, because I will never use Bing. I swear to fucking God. I'm pulling on my internet, but actually on the Messenger group. As soon as we're done with this, I'll go ahead and send it to you guys just so we can. I think it's more fun when we know the picks and we can all look at them. Hey, who did I pick? Who did I pick? I think it makes it a lot more fun. So why don't you kick us off, Sir Old Town?
I don't have it pulled up on my phone. Justin, do you have it pulled up?
I have the bracket in front of me. So currently, let's start with the Western Conference. The 1-8 matchup, Thunder and Grizzlies. Now, obviously, we're in some series. We're already 2 games in. As of right now, we've got the Thunder and the matchup against the Grizzlies. The Thunder absolutely ran roughshod over the Grizzlies in Game 1, nearly beat them by 60 points. And obviously, Thunder are up right now on top of the Grizzlies. I think this is a easy sweep for the Thunder. I've got the Thunder moving on in 4.
I'm going to say Thunder in 5. I think the Grizzlies get Game 4 at home.
Yeah, it's hard for an NBA team to get swept and not get at least 1 at home. It's tough, but I'm going with Justin, Thunder in 4.
Okay,
moving right along. So we'll keep going down the from the top down. Let's go with Rockets Dubs. Golden State getting the win in the Game 1.
Warriors in 6.
See, for me, I want to give the Rockets a chance, but it's Steph, and it's playoff Jimmy, and it's Draymond. I'm gonna go with you, Casey. I'm gonna say Warriors in 6.
Now I know I messaged the group chat saying Rockets, I think in 7, and going back to when I said in 7, if it goes 7 games, statistically, the Warriors did win a Game 7 in Sacramento back in 2023. The Game 7, especially in the NBA, the home team wins a disproportionate amount of the time. I'm going Warriors in 6, man. They're not fucking losing this shit. Not to the Rockets. Rockets are going to be a good team. I look forward to years to come, but playoff Jimmy and him and Draymond have actually gelled well together. If you're a fan of another Western Conference team, like I am myself, don't sleep on the Warriors. We won't see them until the conference finals if it comes to that. And the Lakers T-Wolves must be next.
Lakers T-Wolves is what we're going at next. T-Wolves laying a beatdown in La La Land the other night.
They did. Man, that's a tough one.
It's a lot tougher after that Game 1 performance for me to pick that one with confidence.
Me too.
Because Anthony Edwards went off. LeBron James was not himself. Luka was Luka. He still played well enough, but
yeah,
the Lakers looked gassed to me.
The one thing that always sticks in the back of my mind when it comes to a LeBron-led team in the playoffs, he always uses Game 1 as a feel-out game. Like his teams have lost a majority of their Game 1 series, a majority of them. And he typically used that as a feel-out type of game to see what type of series it's going to be. So I'm going to go Lakers in 7.
Yeah, I almost want to make this pick after I see what happens in Game 2 to see how the Lakers respond. I want to, but I don't get that luxury. Wolves in 7 at this point. Based on after what seeing what happened, I'm going to say Wolves in 7.
Hey man, I love the NBA playoffs. Everybody's prediction over here.
It's weird because we trust in going against LeBron in a Game 7 situation, which just feels completely blasphemous.
You think they're going to go into LA against a Luka and LeBron-led team and win a Game 7? That's crazy.
I know. I think age is finally catching up with LeBron in terms of playoff time.
You realize because you said that he's probably going to drop 40 tonight?
Yeah, chances. I mean, they play Night tomorrow tonight.
He play tonight at 10.
Yeah, they'll probably. You watch. He drops 45 and 20. I put that in the ether.
if I was gonna pick the Wolves, I'd pick them in 6. I wouldn't pick them in 7. I don't think they could go into LA winning a game 7 against Luka and LeBron. But I understand the Wolves pick for sure, especially with how they look in game 1, but just not in 7. But I'm gonna go with Lakers in 7 because I think the Wolves are a very hungry team. Obviously, it's Ant. He's showing why he's one of the best players in the world. Naz Reid, the reigning 6th man of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, Peyton Pritchard is going to win that this year, but I think the Wolves are a very underrated team, and I think they're going to give the Lakers one hell of a run.
What else you got?
My bad. I put down Timberwolves in 7. I can't. Rule of thumb: don't bet against LeBron. The way that the Timberwolves moved the ball in game 1, Naz Reid hit 6 threes. Every single player on the Lakers starting lineup had a negative plus minus. They got outscored 96-67 in the second half. That can't happen. Anthony Edwards, youngest player to ever lead the league in 3-point makes. I'm really scared to pick against Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid, to be completely honest right now. But Lakers in 7. Take them to heaven. What we got next?
Denver Nuggets and the Clip Show. Series tied 1-1.
Clippers in 6.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Nuggets because they were kind of coming on, kind of getting unraveled in game 2 to me.
They are.
I'll agree. Clippers in 6.
And holy dude, Kawhi Leonard last night, 39 points in 39 minutes, shooting
Vintage Kawhi.
13 of his first 15. Woo-hoo!
Hand jive, high five, half back dive. Clippers in 5.
All right. Now that we got the Western Conference figured out, let's move on to the East. Cavs and Miami. Cavs up 1-0 so far in the series.
Cavs in 5. Miami's too much heart to get swept. They'll win game 3 or 4.
I agree. I think the Heat staged a gentleman's sweep.
I got the same thing. I think Tyler Hero explodes one game. I think the Heat steal one, but ultimately they're going to get the fucking piss kicked out of them. Cleveland is good.
Cleveland's very good. We all got Cavs in 5 in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics Magic. Now, one thing to note, the 6th man of the year, Peyton Pritchard, in game 1, outscored the entire Orlando bench, 19-17.
Other key important factor here, Jason Tatum is questionable for tomorrow due to the hand injury.
He is doubtful.
So, obviously, it's not anything too serious. The MRI, X-rays all came back negative. It's just a bone bruise. It's a pain tolerance injury. But at the same time, that's nothing against the Magic. Like, this is nothing personal against that team. But the Celtics just don't need Jason Tatum for this series. It's like what I said a couple shows ago about Jaylen Brown. They can't, obviously, they need one or two of them. They need one of the two. They can't win this series without either one of them in the lineup, I don't think. It'd be close, but I'm going to say I'm still rolling Celtics in 5.
Yeah, I'm going to take Celtics in 5 because I expect Jason Tatum might sit game 2.
Yeah.
And that might be the game that they steal. Granted, it would be in Boston, so that's hard enough to do anyway. But I think Orlando at least steals one game. It isn't going any further than 5 games.
Season 4.
He's got the sweep.
Season 4. I mean, again, if Tatum plays, then I think that's a definite possibility. But they're not going to risk him long term.
No, they'd be foolish to. And obviously, Tatum's one of the players that he always wants to be playing. Like, he is consistently one of the highest minutes played for a superstar every single year. He does not like to miss time. And if you guys remember back in, I think it was 2022, if I'm not mistaken, not our championship run, but our run to the finals, Tatum got hurt in the first round again with another bone bruise in his hand and played through it. But I don't know if this is the series where you want to risk at. Of course, if this was the Eastern Conference Finals, if this was the NBA Finals, he'd be playing, no question about it. Mm-hmm. But I think he sits tomorrow, and if they lose, I bet he's come back for Game 3. If they win, I bet he sits out again. Just to rest, just to get the rest in.
Quick question: the flagrant foul where he got hurt, should that have been at flagrant 2, in your opinion?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Wasn't sure.
What did you think? What did you think of Joe Mazzulla's holding back the trainers, yelling at Tatum to get up? Do you think that's because he just didn't want to lose the momentum that they were carrying?
I think that's exactly what it was.
You don't think it was anything to do with kind of criticizing the young superstars who like to play up for the cameras that they're hurt?
No, I think it was momentum and maybe optics.
Yeah.
It may have been an optics sort of thing, but I don't think it was that. No.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I agree with you on that one. I think it was just because he knew how much momentum the Celtics were carrying at that point in time and didn't want the pace of the game to slow down.
Yeah. Moving right along, New York Knickerbockers and Detroit Pistons.
What you got in this one, Ian?
This one, man. Pistons look good for a good amount of game 1.
Yeah.
Cade scares me, man. Like I had the Knicks last night, and the only, I don't see a way to stop them consistently. I was a lot more high on the Knicks at the beginning of this series. Ultimately, I do have Knicks in 6, but it's gonna be a battle. I don't think the Pistons are going anywhere.
See, I have the other way around. I have the Pistons in 6.
I have the Knicks in 7. Let me ask you this, guys, really quickly before we move on to the next one. For the next 5 years, would you rather have Cade Cunningham or Pablo Banchero?
What did Paolo have, like 38 and 13 the other day or some shit like that?
Something like that.
Him and Cade, I think, could be 2 of the top tier players for the next 10 years. So I think it's a good comparison.
I say Cade.
I'd say probably Cade, but I again, 1A, 1B for me right now. It
really can be one. Like I would rather have Cade.
I would lean towards Pablo, to be honest with you guys.
Nothing wrong with either pick, really, in my opinion.
No, not at all.
What was your pick for that Knicks series, Casey?
Knicks in 7.
Sure.
And last Eastern Conference tilt, Pacers and Bucks. Dame Lillard is back in the lineup. He is playing tonight. However, Pacers are up by 14.
And they lead the series 1-0, correct?
That is correct.
I'm going to say Pacers in 6.
Yeah, I'm going to say Pacers in 6 as well. I'm tempted to say Pacers in 5, but I think Giannis will make it more of a series.
Yeah, I think 2 games just by himself, basically.
I think the Pacers will possibly go up 3-1 easily, maybe even go up 3-0, and then Giannis will will him back for 2 games, but then Pacers will shut it down in Game 6.
I align with more of your first thought. I think it'll be 3-1. Like, I think what will happen probably, I think the Pacers will win tonight. Milwaukee will take Game 3. Pacers will take Game 4. Giannis will will him to victory in Game 5, and the Pacers close it out in 6 in Milwaukee.
Fair
Justin,
enough.
You've got Pacers in what?
6.
And you guys, I have Bucks in 7. I don't know why I'm betting on Doc Rivers. Don't fucking ask me. I have
Don't. It ain't worth your money.
He's terrible. He's a horrible coach.
He's a great regular season coach. He's a horrible playoff coach.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. We'll tally these up at the end of the first round, and we'll see who wins. I think it's can go either way. We all have some pretty solid picks. We have some similar picks. The only series that we really differ on is where Justin has the Wolves in 7, and then Justin also has the Pistons.
And I have the Bucks, and you guys both have the Pacers.
Oh, you have the Bucks, yeah.
There's another big event
going
on this week, though. But you go ahead. Before we move on, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, I was just saying. I think you guys are both in agreement on Golden State. I've come around to them. That's all I was gonna say. What are we on to next?
There's a big event starting Thursday. Big freaking event. It's Christmas time. New Year's time. NFL draft, baby.
Wonderful time of the year.
The season's upon us. It's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. They call this Christmas where I'm from.
Now, while we're discussing the draft, I'm not sure which way you guys were leaning towards of having this discussion. We can kind of go around the table here and talk about one player you really want your team to draft. Talk about who's could be the biggest steal of the draft, the biggest risk of the draft. There are so many possible outcomes that we can go with this.
There's some new news that dropped today about the draft. Not that it really entirely surprises me, but both the Browns and the Giants have kept their phones open for picks 2 and 3, respectively, in terms of trading those picks.
That makes sense. I mean, that's smart when you really break it down, depending on what type of haul they could get for those picks. Mm-hmm. Now, accept a trade for it and it's a less than favorable trade, then of course it seems like they're just making typical Browns and Giants decisions. Mm-hmm. But it's to keep the lines open pretty much for anybody, for any player.
Well, the part that kind of confuses me as a football fan, not necessarily because of my own team, but all of the mock drafts that have been coming out in the last month both have the two blue chip players in this draft, Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, going 2 and 3 respectively to the respective Browns and Giants.
Yeah.
Why would you even consider trading if you have that lined up?
The only reason that I can really think of is because no matter how highly you think of a player, it's always a risk in the draft. And so
the draft is a crapshoot to begin with.
No, 100%. But that's why you always leave those type of doors open because, say, out of the blue, right? Kansas City calls the Giants and says, hey, we'll give you Mahomes for your pick.
Right. Or the Giants will be doing something stupid with it, like the Giants always do. And maybe it's not stupid, but maybe it is stupid. And they'll take Shedeur Sanders at 3 and pass on Carter or Hunter, depending what the Browns do.
His draft stock looks like it's been dropping for some reason. I don't know.
I've been hearing that if he falls out of the top 10, he's not getting drafted until the second round.
Who's that?
Shedeur Sanders.
Does anyone have any idea why? Has he not been having good meetings with these teams?
I think it's got a lot. Honestly, I think it's got a lot to do with the fact there's not a lot of QB needy teams, for one. And two, Dion.
I was thinking that, or thinking about how heavy next year's quarterback draft class is.
Right. I mean, it's a very heavy class next year because you got Arch coming in next year, potentially, possibly, maybe. I don't know if he could declare next year if he wanted to. I believe.
Correct. Yeah, and he will.
Third year in college. He redshirted. Yeah, you're right. He'll be able to come out.
Yeah. But, I mean, he'll go number 1 overall just by his pedigree alone.
100%.
But the Giants did take a meeting with Shedeur, and the talk was, are you taking a meeting to consider drafting him, or are you taking the meeting to make sure that you're making the right decision in passing on him? Because the scuttlebutt that I've been hearing is that yes, Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll are coaching and drafting for their lives, their jobs this year. But if they take Shedeur, that kind of opens the door if they have a crap year for Dion to come back into the coaching at the NFL level. Mm-hmm. And Shedeur has always had Dion as his coach at every level of football he's ever played. He hasn't played for a different coach.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that taking place. I mean, especially where Dion clearly has his roots ingrained in the college level right now, and he says he loves it. And I get it. He says that Colorado's like his family now. Makes total sense. But Dion looks like an NFL coach to me. And I think it's just, and he needs to take that next step. And I think he wants to do it with Shedeur. And so I've heard too, possibly his draft stock is kind of teetering, going up and down a little bit as well, because they want him to go to a team where Dion would feel suitable going to be the coach.
Mm-hmm. Which the only team that has that possibility right now that's a QB needy team is the Giants.
Yes, 100%.
But you have the same. But then that begs the question: so you just spent all that to get Russ and Jameis for what?
They didn't spend that much. I mean, Russ and
No.
James, those are unfortunately quarterback carousel quarterbacks at this point. Russ. It's not like Russ had a bad year at Pittsburgh. He didn't. He had a decently solid season, but at the same time, we're never going to mistake him for the Seattle Russell Wilson again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to be one of those quarterbacks now that almost has. I don't want to go on the level of Ryan Fitzmagic or Josh McCown type careers where he's just going to be bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. But I don't foresee him being the Giants quarterback 2 years from now.
No, it's hard to even picture me the Giants quarterback a year from now, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
But at the same time, it feels like, Jameis has been a journeyman quarterback ever since he left Tampa, so I don't expect him to be any kind of long-term solution anyway. He's a good mentor, I would say, comparatively.
So is it Russ.
I think he's a better mentor than Russ personally, but that's just my opinion.
Me too.
Because Russ has got that prima donna, I need to be the starter kind of mentality, whereas Jameis has been known to be okay with taking a back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And so I think Jameis would do Shedeur more of a service than Russ doing him a disservice, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, for the Patriots, there's talk about them trading back out of the number 4 pick. Only because right now it's looking like it's going to be Will Campbell out of LSU, it's not like it's a sexy pick or anything like that, but it's a pick of necessity in the sense they need a left tackle. Now, obviously, if the Giants or Browns pass on a Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter, then it's a slam dunk. You pick him and then you deal with the tackle position later on.
I can't imagine they'd be that stupid enough to pass on those two players right now.
Again, that's the only thing that can really would have to happen to have them fall to them in any chance of it. Like, for example, if the Giants draft Shedeur instead of Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, whichever one would be available.
And that's kind of the thing Sandy they were saying on Pro Football Focus as well. Is that Patriots have other needs they need to fill, but when a guy like Abdul Carter comes along, you don't pass on it. You just get him and he'll,
because there are other left tackle options later in the draft. Granted, there's a steep like downturn in terms of quality and NFL ready prospects from Campbell and Calvin Banks. Banks probably wouldn't be available when they would draft again, but at the same time, you have that blue chip in Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter that you just don't pass on.
That makes sense.
There's also talk about people are trading up to get Ashton Jeanty.
No, I don't want that to happen.
I know you don't want it to happen, but I'm telling you right now, he's not going any lower than 6. The Raiders are going to take him at 6 if no one's gone traded up to get him.
It's the Raiders. They'll fall. They'll do something stupid.
It's Pete Carroll. He's not that stupid. Other than he did throw on second down.
There's a lot of running backs that I guess are acceptable in this draft, but Ashton Jeanty is the one that you want for sure.
He is the blue chip running back prospect in the draft for sure.
Yeah, and then of course Abdul Carter, I think would be a great fit in New England if you guys can snap him up too. Like he's gotten, they call him the mini Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one other running back currently slated to go in the first round, Omarion Hampton from North Carolina, but that's going to be a steep drop off from Jeanty. One guy that I'm really excited to see is dude, I've been saying his name all day in preparation for this show. A dude from Ohio State. Emeka Egbuka. My bad. He's already used to, like, he's not gonna. Dallas isn't gonna need him to come in and be a number 1 receiver. They're gonna have Turpin and Lamb. They're not good at receiver, but they're going to have Lamb. They're going to have a dude that's coming in from Ohio State, and he put a massive production numbers despite being on the same field as Jeremiah Smith. And then they ran the ball a little bit too. Ohio State did with Quishon Judkins. So I'm excited to see how Ibuka is gonna do. I kind of feel the same way you guys do about fucking name Abdul Carter. Like you don't pass on him. The Shador thing. I mean, if he doesn't get it is a mix of teams that are not as many teams having a QB need. I agree, and then also with his dad. Maybe we will see him circulate back into coaching, but I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with him. I mean, I personally say throw him at receiver. Let him be
Shador?
a possession receiver. No,
Yeah.
well, no, I switched to Shador. My bad. I was gonna forgot to say Travis Hunter. I was saying he's another guy that I'm excited about. But Shador, I think he'll be fine. I think it's just not a lot of quarterbacks have their guy that they're ready to go forward with.
If the Giants pass on him, the only team in the first round that I could see even considering taking him is Pittsburgh.
Who, Shador?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Shador, Pittsburgh, potentially. You could argue the Raiders.
No, not with the investment they made in Geno Smith. No.
Tyler Warren from Penn State, he's a grown-ass man out there, too. He's going to be a beast.
But the reason I say the Raiders is because you could take Shador under Geno's wing if Shador's okay with sitting for a couple of years. Because Geno's obviously, he's not your career answer, though.
No, and I have another dark horse possibility. It would be a quarterback competition in camp for damn sure. Minnesota.
That would be tough just because they drafted McCarthy in the first round last year.
And he was injured in preseason. They didn't even make it out of preseason.
No, agreed. But drafting another quarterback in the first round, I'm not saying that confidence and like mental state is everything when it comes to in the NFL. But I don't know if you would do that to your young, quote unquote, still technically a rookie, not technically a rookie, but is a rookie quarterback. And you're right, 100%. It would be a quarterback competition from day one in camp.
And I think their games are not necessarily polar opposites, but I think they
are.
I mean, they are opposites, but I think you can almost draw the comparison like you're going to have. It's like having a pocket quarterback and a mobile quarterback comparatively.
Yeah, it really is.
But Kevin O'Connell, who's the Minnesota's coach, prefers to have that pocket quarterback, so I think that he's probably going to stick with JJ McCarthy.
That's my thought.
At the same time, it would be intriguing because I'm not sure if Kevin O'Connell's job is completely safe this year either.
That's saying something.
And I mean, they maybe not on the. I mean, it depends. If they were to start out terrible, maybe, but I think he has a little bit of wiggle room considering that they did pretty decent last year.
So they've made the playoffs basically every year that he's been there. So I don't have any.
But it's the dropout that you and I were talking about that we both expect is going to happen.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% expect Minnesota to have a big drop off this year. Big drop off for Minnesota. Now, Ian, who do you want the Rams to pick up?
It's gonna be tough. We're picking towards the end of the first round. We are picking
26th pick.
26th. We're gonna need a tight end. Colston Loveland from Michigan. There, as far as where the picks around this, Matthew Golden from Texas.
Yes, I saw that.
I was thinking about him. I mean, we have Puka, we have Devontae Adams. I mean, Golden, I watched him quite a bit at Michigan. I mean, he's going to be one of those. I mean, he could end up being one of those guys that's a game breaker, or at the very least, a really good receiver.
Emeka Ibuka, if he falls down that far out of Ohio State,
he's not dropping.
I don't know. He's not going to. I mean, we have Parkinson, but to be able to get a tight end in the first round would be big. But yeah, Golden, I feel like that'd just be kind of getting stingy at the receiver position. We have other needs to fill, but I mean, him, Mikael Williams from Georgia, the edge. You know, the funny thing is they have him slated to go to the Eagles at 32nd. It's like the Philadelphia Bulldogs or the Georgia Eagles or whatever. But yeah, no, I'd say Matthew Golden for sure. Just to because shit, he could end up being. I mean, he's not going to be our number one, but he can end up being number one caliber. I mean, Puka, Devontae, stay healthy, and then Matthew Golden. But we'll see, man. Like you guys were saying, the draft's a crapshoot, and I think the whole draft's a crapshoot, but when you get further down, man, I mean, it gets tougher. When the further down you get the order to predict who's going to be good. Granted, I mean, we see Tom Brady was picked 199, but generally speaking,
that's such a rarity, though. That's such a rarity.
Yeah, I mean,
Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
That's also a rarity too. There's been one other Mr. Irrelevant that's been halfway decent. The rest of I think have been complete ass, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're thinking of Marcus Colston.
He was he was not Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes, he was.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no way.
Wow.
Hold on.
Dallas is right now. His most recent mock draft is projected to pick Ted McMillan out of Arizona. That wouldn't be a bad pickup. That wouldn't be a bad pickup at all.
It would be help outside of CD.
Which is what you need that, and you need running back help. That's what you need the most.
There's a running back who, God, I don't remember his name. Starting running back in Iowa, averaged over 5 yards per carry.
White
and
boy.
Has basically no, not the white boy. You're thinking of Scatterbrawl from Arizona State, I think, when you say that.
Caleb Johnson is who you're talking about.
He has basically the same exact build as DeMarco Murray.
224-pound running back Caleb Johnson. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Caleb Johnson. That's who I would look at. And Ian, did you look up the Marcus Colston thing? Was that right?
12? But would you take him at 12? I would take that because I'm going to take McMillan. I'd wait for Johnson until the second round.
Yeah, that's the plan. Because you said they need help, and I said wait for him. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know if I was right about that.
No, so Marcus Colston was actually 3 picks away from being Mr. Irrelevant, but Ryan Suckup was actually Mr. Irrelevant, which is another notable.
3 picks away from Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, same thing.
I mean, you're on the right path.
It was right near the end. Right near the end.
Jesus, forgive me for not knowing every pick of the 7th round in Marcus Colston's draft.
Man.
So McMillan would be a fantastic pickup, obviously, because we lost Brandon Cooks to the Saints. Jalen Tolbert has gotten slightly better every year, but he's still not quite a number 2 yet. He's a decent to solid number 3. Obviously, Jake Ferguson is a good tight end when healthy, but Kavontae Turpin's not a real receiver yet. Obviously, he's electric with the ball in his hands, the best returner in the league, but we need a true established number 2 receiver, and I think McMillan could absolutely be that.
Yeah.
Shit, what was I was gonna say something about the draft. Oh yeah, fuck Philly. That's right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. All the time. All the time. Every day. All day. So there's not much baseball to talk about right now, but I do have a trivia question for you guys.
Oh shit, let's hear it.
Okay. So Ian, you kind of spoiled Garrett Crochet's no-hit bid the other day. So fuck you on that.
Kudos for that.
No, fuck you on that. But there is a player who has broken up 81 no-hitters by hitting a home run. Name that player.
How many has he broken? 81?
81 no-hitters by hitting a home run.
Now, granted, this could be a no-hit. Would it qualify as long as there's 1 out in the game? Anytime.
Doesn't matter.
That?
Doesn't matter.
As long as they have 0 hits at that time.
0 hits, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're laughing. Well, okay, it's gonna.
What was that?
How recent is it?
He's not playing anymore. He's retired.
With all of them with the home run.
He broke up 81 no-hitters with a home run. Yes.
Now, see, I'm thinking it's either a guy. He got to be batting either top of the lineup or cleanup. Yeah.
Was he known for hitting or was he known for something else?
He was better known for something else.
American League or National League?
He played in both.
He played in both. Fuck.
Played in
I'm
both.
pretty sure he played in both. I know he played in at least American League, but I'm pretty sure he played National League as well.
Is it within the last 15 years?
No.
Was it before the millennium?
He played before and after the millennium.
I think I got it.
Shit, don't take your
I
guess.
think I got it. Ricky Henderson.
Yes.
Let's go!
How did you get that?
Because you're right, he's played in American and National League. You said that he played before and after Millennium, and he was known for something else. And so I was thinking, what's a known player who's has good hitting, but known for something else? And I just broke it. It's got to be Ricky Henderson because he's known for stealing bases.
Exactly. But he had 81 leadoff home runs in his career.
For what, the Dodgers too?
He played for the Dodgers, played for the A's, played for the Red Sox, played for. I think he played for the Yankees. I think he played for the Yankees at one point.
The fact I went because when you're a lead-off hitter and you get that hit, you're technically breaking up a no-hitter.
Exactly.
That was the first trail that my brain had. Obviously, Ricky Henderson was a lead-off hitter, and so all the pieces kind of just fit together from there.
Yep. When you asked if you played a leadoff or cleanup, it's like, yep. That was for me. I was like, yep, that's gonna give it.
Great question, though.
You guys want to hear a funny Ricky Henderson story? I think I might have posted it in the group before. I guess somebody was trying to tell him about the verse John 3:16. He said, Ricky don't care about John hitting 3:16. Ricky hitting 3:35.
I like that.
That's not. And Ricky always talked in third person anyway.
Yeah, Ricky was great.
You know who was dope? Gary Sheffield, bro. I used to go to that goddamn plate. Strike out.
The freaking waggle. I hated it.
He was an arrogant son of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
He was. Absolutely was.
The Lake at the California League All-Star game in 2016. I think I went with Monique's dad, but Ricky Henderson was there. Gary Sheffield. There's a few dudes. It was in Lake Elsinore. I was like, oh fuck.
Wow.
But yeah, I remember my grandpa, man, rest in peace. He I don't remember if it was Meet the Quakes. I think Jared Weaver had got sent down or something to play in Rancho Cucamonga. He ended up giving me a baseball. I had it in the case for a while. Jared Weaver didn't end up really becoming shit. That was a disappointment. But yeah, that was a cool.
There was also a year with the High Desert Mavericks that Carlos Delgado played in.
Were they a Blue Jays affiliate or was it the
They
Mets?
He was at the time. It was against. I think he was when Delgado was playing for the Dodgers at one point.
The Mavericks were Dodgers affiliates?
No, the Mavericks were never a Dodgers affiliate. But they were playing against. I think they were playing either against the Quakes or the 66ers.
The Quakes. The 66ers are Angels.
Okay. Well, the Quakes used to be the Dodgers.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, Carlos Delgado was on a rehab assignment and he was at the game, which was pretty awesome to see.
So I have a weird baseball fun fact. Do you guys know that Barry Bonds has been intentionally walked more times than the entire franchise of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays / Tampa Bay Rays?
Well, it does also help that Barry Bonds played for about 20 years longer than they were in existence.
But it's still one guy though versus 9 guys on the team.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. Very true.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know. You guys probably see it. I think they were playing the Rockies. The bases were loaded, bro, and they just walked them, like sent in a run. We're not pitching, and it worked out. They ended up getting a pop out on the next play, and they won the game. So, but yeah, I mean, people were scared of it. I'm pretty sure he went to the same high school as Tom Brady. His dad is from Riverside, Bobby Bonds. That's where he was born, Barry Bonds. But I think he went to Sarah. He went to Sarah High School in San Mateo. I'm pretty sure that's the same school Tom Brady went to.
That is the same school that Brady went to. Yes.
So I was watching an interview with Greg Maddux, and he said, with or without steroids, Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player who's ever walked the face of the planet.
Hey, I'll give you a
It's
guess.
hard. It's hard to say that's wrong. It's hard to say that's incorrect. I will say that he kind of tainted his own legacy by this with the steroids because he didn't need to.
No, because he was a first ballot
He was
Hall of
already an
Famer.
MVP. Like,
Even
multiple
without,
MVP.
even I mean, I think he still would have broken the home run record, Hank Aaron's home run record, even without steroids. To be honest.
Yeah, and he was what, a 7-time Gold Glove winner before any of this happened.
At least a 4 or 5 time before then, at least.
Yeah, like he was a 3 or 4 time MVP before this, like a multiple time Golden Glove winner. Like he was easily one of the top 5 players of all time before any steroids. Of the live ball era, I'll say.
Of the live ball era, yes.
Greg Maddux, take one guess. I'll give a where's Greg Maddux from? Bet you guys you don't get it.
Paris, California.
You're getting it's no, it's on that side of the country. It's a Western time zone, but no, he's not from Paris. He's from a city where I can't make it too fucking obvious. Like I could really make it obvious, and then you'd easily get it. Greg Maddux is from the Pacific time zone.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
A major hit the desert.
The Thunder are up by 23 right now.
He's from Las
Like,
Vegas.
is he? As you say, he was from either like Barstow or Vegas.
Vegas. Wait, the Thunder are up what?
21 now.
Ugh.
I told my friends Bucks lock of the night.
They're down 11.
They came back a little bit, but they're still down by a bunch.
Hey man, the Lakers game tonight, bro. Like it, dude. Nas Reed hit 6 fucking threes.
This is what pisses me off about living on the East Coast. That game is not till 10 o'clock tip-off time here.
We're sleeping by then.
I ain't staying up till 12:30 to watch a round 1 playoff game.
Right? I'll watch the highlights in the morning.
But dude, that 3 that DiVincenzo hit right before, I don't know if it was halftime or third quarter or halftime.
My, get this. So I'm watching that game in my fucking Airbnb, and mind you, bro, did I send you guys the video of the Airbnb we had?
No, you also didn't tell us about the damn Red Sox game you went to, asshole.
Okay, well listen. So the Airbnb, right? It's fucking beautiful house, bro. Beautiful house. Like there's a massive backyard, there's a hot tub. Beautiful house, right? There's one TV in this whole house. This TV is the size of a laptop monitor, and it's in the kitchen.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, what the actual fuck is going on here?
Did you waltz into a episode of Good Will Hunting in terms of the era?
Yeah, that's how it felt, bro. Here's the thing, right? Lakers and Memphis are on Saturday at 8:30. Well, no, Friday at 8:30, right? Was it Friday or Saturday? Saturday at 8:30, right?
Saturday, yeah.
Okay. So we're all back from doing our shit throughout the course of the day. I sit down. We're in there. Everyone's having a good old fucking time, chilling, doing what they do. We roll in about, I say, 8:45-ish, a little bit after the game, right after tip-off, and I'm like, I want to watch the fucking game. I was like, I want to watch Lakers and Memphis. And, her family's there. They have, there's 5 or 6 people in the fucking Airbnb, all chilling in the kitchen, mind you, just talking, yapping away. And
you can't hear a damn thing that's going on.
Yes, and I feel like I'm the odd man out because I'm like, everybody shut the fuck up so I can watch the game.
Oh man,
that's some bullshit.
Bro, I was so heated when I saw that. Like, it didn't faze me at first when we first walked in there, and I saw that. I was like, who cares? Like, we're only gonna be here for a couple hours at the end of the night. Then we're gonna be out doing shit the rest of the whole days, right? Once that goddamn Lakers and Memphis game came on, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is why this sucks.
Minnesota, by the way.
This is why it sucked.
That's what I said. I said Minnesota, didn't I?
No, you've been saying Memphis for 5 minutes. I just didn't want to say.
Oh my god!
I was like, he's gonna tell me to edit it out.
Yes, Minnesota. Sorry, I'm watching Memphis and OKC right here.
No, I know you know that Anthony Edwards doesn't whoop that trick, dude. Hey, that John Morant celebration is hard, bro, with the grenade and the.
Yeah.
He needs to stay away from explosives, like for real. Like other people could do that, he can't. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
No, he needs to stay away from any type of weapon
Weapons.
celebration, anything.
Yes, he does. Lest he gets suspended again.
Yeah.
So Casey, you went to a bit of a sporting event this weekend.
I did.
You must tell the man in Arkansas about the experience, because I've been to that hallowed ground. He has not.
So it's tough coming from me because not the biggest baseball fan, of course, right? But when you're there, it changes everything.
It does. It's the shade of green that changes everything. It really does.
I will say, I cannot stand those yellow uniforms. They are hideous.
They are ugly.
Oh, wait,
they are ugly.
They are hideous. They are horrendously cheesy. I don't like those one bit. But it's an experience that you have to, if you're any type of Red Sox fan, if you're any type of baseball fan,
It's a pilgrimage to make.
you
It's
have
a pilgrimage.
And
Where did you guys sit?
I could go get it and tell you the exact seating, but third base line, off like 16 rows. Nothing crazy.
At field level or a higher?
A little higher.
Okay. That's
Nice.
Nothing.
not a bad. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Except the one that's
No,
behind that pillar.
I will tell you that the further up you get into the grandstands, when you get into the actual wooden seats, they are uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah, it wasn't quite those. So it's one of the things where sometimes I don't want to say it like this because I don't want to disrespect it. You can feel yourself getting slightly bored, like when it's in between innings and when it's like, a long pitch count, something of that nature. But it changes real quick just due to the vibes that are in the actual ball, of course. But I like baseball, right? But I don't love it. Like I couldn't be a season ticket holder. I couldn't do it.
Really?
I see, because I grew up with it. I could.
Oh, I know
But
you could.
I mean, I wouldn't quite be Jimmy Fallon in Fever Pitch, but I wouldn't be very far from it.
Oh, exactly. It's all about balance for me with baseball. Like that was the first Red Sox game that from start to finish in years.
Extra innings and Tristan Casas finally came through in the clutch. Took him long enough.
Yeah.
I went to extras.
Yeah.
Mhm. Didn't get over till 7:30. I think somewhere around 7:30ish.
It was a 2.5 hour game.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That and Wrigley are on my bucket list. I went to a game in Arkansas, Little Rock. Probably about 35,000 less people, but it was cool, man. Humid day, but that's cool that you got to go to Boston. He's like, homeboy is over here juggling fucking knives or whatever.
He was, bro. We're sitting at this restaurant outside, and there's this dude just fucking. He was juggling. So he had a knife in one hand, and then I can't remember what he had in the other two, just juggling them all around.
Like bowling pins or something like that.
Yeah, it was like a knife and a bowling pin and some other shit, and I was like, huh. What happened if I just go pushed him?
And then you had me just give you like directions and walking directions. Like, okay, you get off of Kenmore, you get off.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that I mean I didn't realize they had such a crazy transit system. I know there's one that goes like up to the Garden, right? The guy.
That's the North Station. Yeah, so that station that actually is a train station going anything further north of Boston.
Yeah.
Anything south and east and west, you pick up at the South Station.
So Justin, I know you'll know what I'm about to say when it comes to this. We got to get back on sports in a second here, but
We do.
I need to say this, and I know you know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Holy shit! That traffic under the tunnel when you're under the.
Yep.
Don't care where you are from, when you drive in that shit's gonna give you a heart attack.
Yep.
Like I wasn't even the one driving, but like, oh my fucking god, bro.
There's a reason why Maine, anyone here in Maine calls Massachusetts drivers massholes. There's a reason for it.
Bro, you get cut off every 2 seconds. Nobody uses the fucking blinker, and everyone's beeping at you.
Yep. And they're making hairpin turns with less than two. Like you need to make you need to turn left. Yeah, you're turning left with you have 20 feet left to turn.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, there's people that do this every day, and they are pros at it now. They're just
just whipping back and forth. Dude, you're gonna kill somebody.
Fucking A, man. All right, but yeah, back to sports, boys. Before we get to the question here, let's touch on the NHL playoffs. Don't really have any inkling on this because I'm not kept up on the NHL right now. Obviously, with the Bruins being out, it just kind of lost its muster for me. Who do you guys have winning the cup?
I've got it coming down to Winnipeg and Carolina.
Okay. I'm going to go on a limb and say I think the Avalanche win it all.
I have got Vegas winning their second cup over Toronto.
Vegas over Toronto? When's the last time a Canadian team won the championship? It's been at least, 30 years?
Since the Canadians beat the Kings in 93, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so about 30 years.
Something like that. But it's I always want to see a Canadian team win, bro. It just means more to them. But
I just want to see Toronto lose.
Yeah, see, I like how you want to say you want to win a Canadian team to win. That's great, except they win every goddamn Olympics and hockey tournament there is. They don't need to win the Stanley Cup too.
Yeah, I have all three Canadian teams that are on at least in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, actually all four Canadian teams in the. I don't know. It's because I keep forgetting the Winnipeg is in Canada sometimes, but yeah.
I will say it does feel weird. It does feel weird in the Eastern Conference not having the Bruins, Rangers, or Penguins in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's why it feels like okay, it's a Stanley Cup. Okay, cool, whatever. Because there's no dog. I have no dog in the race at all. No. I'd like to see. No, I'd like to. Now, if I have a feel good feel for me, I'd like to see Ovechkin win one more cup.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, because it's OV. Yeah, I get that. I would too. And don't get me wrong. When it gets to the Stanley Cup and if there's a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup, I'm tuning in. I'll watch that.
But, sure, and it wouldn't matter what series. If it's a Game 7, I'll watch it.
Yes. Any type of Game 7, you got to be tuning into it. That's why they say it's the two best words in sports. Games.
It's fun. It's funny because whenever I pick up on an NHL game, my son asks, "Are the Black Bears better than these guys?" Like, no, these guys are way better.
Way
better. I said these guys would beat the Black Bears 20-0 in the first period.
Yes,
it'd be over before puck drop.
I'm giving you guys full permission to rip on me for this one. Full permission.
All right.
As you know, I had a bit of a Casey moment during the Celtics game when they trailed the Magic at the end of the first half. I said I wouldn't do it, and I couldn't control myself. I got extremely angry and may have told my wife this series is over. We're getting swept. And then I may or may not have texted in the group chat that the game was over. Feel free to tell me to eat crow, to, whatever you need to say. I've earned it because I said I would.
Dine, motherfucker. You eat that shit. Again, every freaking playoff series, if not almost every other freaking game, it's like, these guys are fucking dumb. We're trash. We're going down in 4. We're never making it out of the first round. That's every year.
Yeah, and then they came out in the third quarter and led by 12, and I was like, oh, okay, I was tripping. My bad.
Get off of the acid, man. Or to quote Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed.
They just piss me off, dude. I don't know why. The Celtics get my fucking blood boiling for some reason. I can't handle it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way with the Patriots, especially when they're really like sucking. It's like, I just don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's worse for me during Cowboys games than it is with Celtics games, and that says a lot. It's way worse. But it's like I was telling you last week when I talked to a lot of uneducated football fans, like, oh, you should get used to the Cowboys being bad. It's like, no, I'm not used to them being bad. I'm used to them not winning in the playoffs and not winning Super Bowls. But I'm used to them being pretty damn good in the regular season. Like, I'm not used to them having a terrible record and getting trounced by teams. This is not something that I see very often.
Right. This is a whole new level of shit.
Yeah. Yes.
It's the same with the Patriots. I mean, I was used to them. They may not make it to the Super Bowl every year, but I'm used to them being in the conversation most years. And then, oh, well, now we're just down to the seventh circle of hell.
No, but if you guys continue improving every year the way you have this past offseason, on paper at least,
we'll be back in the conversation. I don't think we're going to be back in a Super Bowl conversation until Lamar or Josh Allen are dethroned.
Agreed. But like I said, I think you guys could very easily potentially go 8-9, 9-8 this year, and maybe sniff the last wild card spot. I think that's a possibility for New England this year.
On paper, right now, I'd say that's true. Defensively, for sure, they've got the personnel for it.
Yeah, you need, obviously, like you said, you need Drake May to be better than he was in year one, and you need a resurgence of Ramondre Stevens.
Yeah, Stevenson, I think there was talk about the Patriots drafting Genty at 4 instead of Campbell.
I mean, Genty would be a great addition for your team. I think he'd be in his rookie season. He'd show he's better than Ramondre already. No offense to Ramondre, but I think Genty's a next level type of back.
Honestly, I think if it weren't for the fact that they absolutely have to get a left tackle, they probably would draft Genty.
I don't disagree with that at all. What you got to say about either the Cowboys or the Patriots, Mr. Blackwell? Chime in, please, sir.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see what they do with Stevenson. But I don't know, man. The NFL is so far away. I was more focused.
It's
on
not
NBA.
so far away. It's the new year in just 2 days, my friend. It is not that far away.
That's true. I don't. Once training camp starts, then I'm like, all right, we're good.
Okay. Before we get to the question, though, prediction real quick.
Okay.
Plus or minus 2 trades in the top 10 this year.
Plus.
Minus. I'm saying one trade. One trade in the top 10.
I'm going to say 2. I'll take a push. I think there'll be 2 trades.
You know what I think the trade's going to be? 6 and 12.
It's not. Dallas is not trading up to 6. They're not going to do it.
We're trading up to 6, and we're getting Genty. Write it down. Take the picture.
It's not happening because he's not. It's not happening. Not happening. They may trade up, but I think Jacksonville will take him before he can even get to the Raiders. To be honest.
You think Jacksonville's ready to give up on Travis Etienne already?
Yeah. They should be ready to give up on Trevor Lawrence, to be honest.
No, you got to get Lawrence talent. Like, you got to give him a legitimate receiver core. He's already won them a playoff game. One of the biggest playoff comebacks in NFL history. Like, he's shown he has the tools and the skills to get it done.
So did Mac Jones. Mac Jones
didn't win a playoff game, though.
Didn't he not win their first win a playoff game and then got trounced in the second round? Or was it just they got to the first?
Yeah, they got to the first round and got shellacked by Buffalo.
I for some reason I thought that was the second round game. Okay.
Yeah, I think, no offense to Mac Jones, because obviously they're on the same team now.
No, they're not anymore.
Mac is gone.
Mac is in San Francisco.
That's right. Mac Jones is in San Francisco. You're right. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even think that's going to be a quarterback competition in San Francisco. I think Brock Purdy's going to clearly take that. But yeah, no, Trevor's on a different level.
Mac's an insurance policy right now.
I think Mac from here on out is going to be a career backup.
What he should have been to begin with.
A good backup. He's a good backup.
Yes. Serviceable. But even then, serviceable with a question mark.
To be honest, though, in his defense, you could say he had better moments than Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville last year.
Yes, I would say that's why I'm saying you might want to think about it. If Jacksonville is a crap year and they're drafting 1 overall, they're taking Arch Manning.
I don't disagree with that. But I think that would be a welcome change of scenery for Trevor Lawrence too, if he went to a place that actually could provide him with some weapons. Maybe,
Arizona.
Arizona could work. No, Kyler's
aging.
Yeah, as I say, Kyler's aging, and there was already some rumors that they were going to trade him anyways. I could see it. I could see that.
Putting him with Marvin Harrison Jr.
And that tight end that they have. Oh man, he's good.
What's his name?
Not Brock Bowers. He's in LA, Las Vegas.
He's in Vegas.
Oh my God, Ian.
That's not Tyler. It's not Tyler Higbee. He's with the Rams.
The Dolphins came from the Bills.
No, Arizona's tight end.
McBride.
Thank you.
McBride. Jesus Christ. Yes, McBride. He had a hell of a season, and I think that he's going to continue to grow. Arizona's getting some weapons around them, so
that's what I'm saying. If Kyler Murray is needing to be on the way, if they're on the outs of Kyler Murray, I'd call Jacksonville for Trevor Lawrence, especially if Jacksonville's drafting 1 overall.
Jacksonville needs to draft a receiver this year.
Yeah, but they need a receiver.
Trevor Lawrence's best receiver his whole career has been Christian Kirk. No offense to Christian Kirk.
He had Calvin Ridley.
Not he did, but Calvin Ridley wasn't.
He wasn't Arizona. He wasn't Atlanta Calvin Ridley. No, I'll grant you that.
Not at all. I like Calvin Ridley, and he's pretty good.
Do you remember there was one point? Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was one year that Atlanta had Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and Roddy White.
I don't know if the Roddy White Calvin Ridley years overlapped. They absolutely had Julio and Calvin Ridley. I don't think the Roddy White Calvin Ridley years overlapped. Because Roddy White
was gone.
Was he gone?
I think he was too. I think so. I can't remember.
I'm just thinking, but you had. I thought they had that 3-man receiver combination, and with Matt Ryan, and they still couldn't get it done.
Didn't they? I'm almost positive though. Didn't they have Roddy White, a rookie Julio Jones, and Tony Gonzalez?
Yes, they did.
I knew that happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, Julio was at the very end of Roddy White, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. People, man, they forget how good Roddy White was at the top of his game.
Mm-hmm.
The best tight end. He could do everything too. He's versatile, big as shit, strong as an ox.
Absolutely.
So that trivia, was that the question, or we got? Well, I mean, I know we're gonna do the question, but you had another trivia question, right?
No, that was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay, so who got the question?
Who's got the question? I can think of one. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go basketball related tonight, boys. How far down of top NBA players could you take? Like, how far would you go down a list as far as top NBA players in the league right now that could you stick on a 16th seed and win March Madness with?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Okay. So obviously, like, Jokic, Luka, Tatum, Braun, SGA. You probably assume if you threw any one of them players on a 16 seed, they
I
could go.
get what you're saying.
Where does that end? Like, where's the first player you could throw onto that list? And like, I don't think they could do it even with him on a 16 seed in March Madness. Of top NBA players, where does that list end?
I get what you're saying.
I think I see what you're saying too. I think.
What, like, who? No, I get what you mean. The list would end with.
Like, do you think you could do it with John Morant?
I get the question.
I understand the question now.
Any one guy though.
Just one.
I'd say top 5. I mean, because one guy, bro, is really like the dude would play amazing, but I mean, a 16 seed to beat all them great coaches and athletic players, I'd say like the top 5 players in the league. That's about it. I mean, that's still a tall task. These are the greatest dudes in the world, but I mean, you're talking about fucking Jokic trying to carry Alabama State, and they still got to beat Houston and Duke and all that. Like, I'm not really sure if that's happening, but I'd say top 5.
I think it would, because especially with Jokic, just because of how polished your skills get in the NBA. Like, I don't think there's a single time that he would get stopped when he's on the floor.
Then you got to have him playing all 48 minutes.
Or 40 in college.
40. Only 40 in college.
That's right. That's 40 in college. That's right.
What about you guys?
Like, do you think you could do it with Jason Tatum?
No.
Assuming he doesn't run into Duke, yes. If he doesn't run into Duke, yes.
I think you could do it with anyone in the top 10.
Fair.
Yeah, I'd say top 10 is probably about as far as you can get it. You can make an argument for maybe up to like 12, but even then, you're like, you're not. It's not. I wouldn't say any kind of confidence.
Because we're going how they are right now, right? You know,
like peak skill, like Jokic peak skill, Tatum peak skill. That's a good question, man. It's just I get what you're saying. Like you're like nobody could stop him, Jokic, but at the same time. Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jokic would be great with no matter who he has around him. But I mean, you're going from playing with Jamal Murray to like you're gonna lose to some fucking buddy. He might be able to take Alabama State to like the Final Four, but Jokic ain't. That's just a ridiculous question. That was very fun.
I think you could do it with the top 10 and realistically go in the top. Like, I think you could do it with Giannis.
Giannis, you could do it. I think you couldn't do it with Dame.
There has to be. I think it has to be. Personally, I think it has to be more of a big guy. Like a Jokic. Jokic is perfect because he can pass so well, and he's going to be bigger than fucking everybody. He can shoot better than all the college guys.
So you don't think you could do it with Steph? You don't think you could do it with Steph?
Steph, I mean, point guard, it's easier to double team him. I mean, I think that's just the same about
Steph could pull it from half court every single possession.
Yeah, but I mean, but still, I mean, Bonnies. You can still throw Bonnies in front of him, and it's just hard to double team him. And besides, Jokic could do more out of the double. I mean, don't get me wrong, Steph could do a lot out of the double team. But I mean, if you double team Jokic, he's going to be, 10 feet from the basket. I think the big dude is going to be a lot harder to come up with the counters for. I mean, but either guy. I mean, look at what Steph did with Davidson. I mean, yeah, look at what Steph would do.
Could a prime LeBron do it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. He's taken Valverde High School to the NBA Finals.
The only top 10 player I would question if he could do it might be SGA.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. I hate being that guy. I really do, and I hate sounding like a hater. Just not my thing, but
of the top players in the league, though, I would say Dame is one that I wouldn't trust to take all the way. I think he would be the cutoff point.
Yeah, Dame's a good one. I think Dame is where it ends too.
Give me Kawhi.
Or unfortunately, maybe Anthony Davis. Like, Anthony Davis would dominate defensively. Don't get me wrong. Oh my god. He would.
But prime level Davis, yeah, maybe.
Oh, prime level for sure. Yeah, I'm talking about
Jokic was the best, and like Jokic would be able to do it. I mean, I think even a guy like
I think Luka could for sure.
I think
Luka
LeBron
could.
LeBron
could.
The thing is, you put LeBron in college at 6'8", 260, he's gonna be able to play anywhere. Number one, he's gonna be the best player on the. LeBron could do that shit now.
I don't know. I think LeBron could do it now.
Let LeBron have a 40-minute game against fucking amateurs. Get out of here and running through that thing.
If we're talking about Miami LeBron or second stint Cleveland
I'm
LeBron,
talking about LA Laker 2024-25 playing with his son LeBron.
No, not that age.
Y'all are
No,
fucking tripping.
I think he could go to a Final Four, Elite Eight, somewhere around there for sure.
I think a Final Four run at his age right now, if he walked into a college game, he'd probably at least get you to a Final Four. I don't think he'd get you over the hump because I think he'd run into Duke, and that's too much for. I mean, hell, LeBron in the warm-ups for the Olympics, Cooper was schooling LeBron in some fashion, in some possessions.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real.
If we're talking Miami Heat LeBron, all day he'd do it.
All day. Even first Cleveland stint LeBron.
He scored all the points by his goddamn self with how fast and powerful he was.
Yeah. Fast and powerful too. That's I think Giannis could do it with almost relative ease right now.
That's what I'm saying. Giannis would just and Giannis can shoot better now. I think Ant would be good.
Ant would be good. Tatum could do it. I don't think Jaylen Brown could.
No, I don't think Jaylen could. No.
I think when you come to the list of the top players in the league, I think the list ends at Dame. Who could do it?
I think Kawhi could, Ian, just because he's such a good two-way player.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Kawhi as well, but that's a good question, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of the questions you guys come up with at the very last minute are like some of the best questions we've had. And I'm glad I was able to appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to answer the one from last week as well. But before we sign off, what sporting event are you guys looking forward to this weekend?
NBA
NFL draft.
NBA
playoffs.
And specifically for the Patriots, day 2, not day 1, because it's pretty much right now it's a foregone conclusion what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But
Memphis has cut it to 8.
No shit.
The hell is
probably blowing me up. I told you. But it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a fun playoffs. Playoffs are always just so fun, man. It's like storylines like WWE. Shout out John Cena as well. I think he just wrestled his last match, but it was a pleasure, guys. It was really good to be back, man, for sure.
So Celtics play tomorrow at 7, boys. You better be tuning in.
Don't forget to bring that tail. And fuck Philly.